You're watching betsafe.com. We're talking the third test. It's the British Lions versus the All Blacks, and it's the big one. With me is Zinzan Brooke. Yeah, exactly. We're all doing that now.
Yeah.
We are talking the last 10 minutes of the second test.
Yep.
You must have thought we've won this, and we've done it with 14 men.
Well, actually, it was about from 68 minutes to about 75 minutes is where I felt the game actually changed on its head. There was the defence from the Lions were just absolutely so impressive. You know, the guys that actually stood out for the All Blacks the week before actually just got their marching orders, and the defence was absolutely rock solid. You know, a couple of changes. Gatlin got questioned, but some of the guys that came on the bench, Sinclair, Courtney Laws, I thought did well. But yeah, look, it was a messy test match, quite a messy test match. But that moment of that 10 minutes, I just said, well, I can't see the All Blacks coming back out there. And when it was clocking out about 76 minutes, I thought it was just the writing was on the wall, and it was only a matter for, I think it was at 21 all when the teams were right in the middle of the field. Right, the team will actually win it. We'll get down into the in a position, give a penalty away, boom, kick the 3 points. That's what happened. Went for the Lions, and they chanced their arm and they did well. So fair play to them, but I'm sure the All Blacks will respond back in another way. So yeah, it looks good.
Sonny Bill, the sending off, was that the defining moment, do you think, and was that the only chance that the British and Irish Lions had?
No, not really. No, look. The Sonny Bill thing here. Look, the zero tolerance side of things here needs to stand, and everyone's focusing on here. And I like the stance of the referees that actually they've conducted it in a way, and the guys actually know it. And Sonny Bill was forced into a situation to pull his closed his arm up to do a shoulder tackle to the head. So yeah, in real time it didn't actually look that bad, but once you actually pull it down on the slow-mo, yeah, that was definitely a red card. And then you see the end shot of it. When he actually saw on the front end, it was actually oh god, that was a little bit tame. Then your end shot, oh, okay. And yeah, that was got no problems with that there, red card straight off. So yeah, it was. But the All Blacks had everything to play for. Look, they were in the game. When you say you're going down to 14 men, I felt the All Blacks conducted themselves. The senior players just ushered the All Blacks around. Yeah, it does make a difference. So the law of averages of 14 against 15, the two best teams in the world right at this moment of time, I would say, would be the British and Irish Lions and the All Blacks. It's 1-1 going into third, so the best team will actually come out on top. So a team with 14 players, a team with 15 players should generally win.
But Steve Hansen would take, obviously, something from that, you would think. The fact that the All Blacks could live with the British and Irish Lions with a man down, you've got to take something from that, haven't you?
Look, I don't think that real extra man would have made a difference. I think the guys just pulled for each other. So look, it happened because, if you actually look at it, if you're going to be absolutely critical, you sort of think, how the hell did actually the Lions actually win that game? Because what was it, for about 44 minutes till about 62 minutes? Oh, they said, here, All Blacks, here. Just win the game. Just score points. Yeah, okay, we'll go 89. And then, whether that was part of the plan, let's go 89 and we'll score 2 late tries. And we'll do that and we'll score another penalty try just to clinch the game. Well, they did all that, but the mistakes from the Lions were just catastrophic. It was just disastrous. So, yeah, but then you sort of flip that. So if you play that badly and you allow that to, you allow the All Blacks to march on with a few points, giveaways, you sort of think, well, yeah, the All Blacks could have won that. 24-21. That's not a whipping. So either team could have actually won that here. Probably a fair reflection. Probably would have been the draw. But look, it takes us into the third now. So it's 1-1, right? All to play for.
Interesting one for you. Before the first test, we sat here, and you said, right, forget the 10-12, Sexton and Farrell. Just play Farrell. He's good enough, and you don't need 2 generals. Now, what do you say now? Because after that second test, did that work? And would you play them both now?
Look, it actually worked, but for the majority of the time, it actually worked with a man down. So we can't sort of, sort of analyse that there. You just got to congratulate what the Lions actually did. Yes, it actually is Sexton and Farrell combination. You know, for the Toby Faletau's try led to the two guys actually from Conor Murray, then to Sexton. Sexton a wide pass to Farrell. Farrell was actually, Sam Warburton was reaching for the ball, but then he missed Sam Warburton, actually missed him to go to Liam Williams. Liam Williams then threw the pass to a one-on-one with Israel Dagg and Toby Faletau. Toby Faletau had to do a bit of work, but he did well. So I'm not sort of, I still think that they could have, it could have been better. Look, the big chance now is I don't know whether the Lions have actually have they named their team now, but whether they actually go back to Teo at inside centre. So don't really know, but look, it actually worked. So it works. Why reinvent the wheel? So you probably see the 10-12 Farrell, the Farrell and Sexton combination go again.
Who were the standouts for you from the second test going into this one? We'll look ahead after this question, but who were the standouts for you? For
the Lions or for
both? For both sides.
Well, for the All Black side, I felt Sam Cane was quite. He was okay, not as good as the first test match. Kieran Reid was definitely off his game, but we're looking at the better players. I thought Aaron Smith, Bowden Barrett played well. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. You know, the guys actually for Lions, I'd say Conor Murray, Sexton, Farrell did well. Toby Faletau actually did. Sean O'Brien was good. Mario Toja was outstanding. Even, you know, like you could actually pick probably about 8 or 9 of the Lions, and I'm only picking two All Blacks, and it's a reflection on here. But have to remind ourselves it was messy. I didn't like the referee. I thought the referee he made a shambles of some of those calls. You know, if you're going to be consistent, you're going to be hard on one side, you're going to be hard on the other. That whole thing with those two things, it was just there was no difference to them.
So both French referee, what's not to like? I mean,
well, French referee, Jesus, yeah. Right from the kickoff, he did that. The whole thing with Aaron Smith and the not straight line out. He actually said, "I was actually on the Lions team." Well, just play on. You know, if it was on your side, and he actually called it. He said, "Oh, because you chucked it on the line, so it's not straight." Okay, we'll jump for it. But you know, we could have dropped that ball. And then the Aaron Smith, like 4 minutes 58 seconds, he just picked up Aaron Smith for not clearing out of the ruck. You know, when they attacked down the short side. Oh, just, you know, French are strange people.
Let's the views of Zinzan, obviously.
So I've just covered myself, not for the referee.
Right, let's move on to Auckland.
Yeah.
And obviously, you are a Kiwi, living in Britain.
Yeah.
You must have noticed a little bit of an upsurge in the fever over here. Is that justified? It's going to be a wet night at Eden Park, and let's be honest, the Kiwis don't lose there. I mean, are we right to be so up about things?
Well, you've got to be. You've got to have the element of confidence and a belief, and there's a small element of you've got to have that sort of arrogance and that swagger about you. You know, you've just beaten the All Blacks on home soil, and not many teams actually come away and actually do that. So there's a great opportunity. So the British and Irish Lions just need to make sure that they go about their business and actually execute things here. They've created. We've seen in the first test, so that would have been alarming for the coaching panel and the senior players. The Lions can create opportunities. What they didn't do in that first test was actually finish them off. This time, there was less opportunities, but it was more productive from there. When the long kicks came up, Farrell came in, stepped in, and slotted the goals. And then I think it was 2 or 3 opportunities that they had. They converted 2 of them. We didn't do it. We didn't even look like scoring. And that's a bit of a concern. And then you get a guy like Bowden Barrett, who was, I would say, there were some of the kicks that I felt, okay, well I called 2 of the 4 kicks that he missed. I said, well, okay, well he's got to slot that one, and he missed them both. And you know, it's not. Yeah, we could have been better than that there. But look, everything's to play for. The teams will be, and the great thing I think is for the British and Irish Lions. And this is what Gatlin sort of goes on. I even said right from the beginning of the tour, I said it was a suicide tour, playing this many franchises with the, all the sides been loaded, there'll be no one standing at the end of the tour. Now they're in a situation that, okay, we've won one test, lost one, and haven't been thrashed or annihilated in any of the provincial games here. So Gatlin was right, and he's threw caution to the wind here. So he's been vindicated on both accounts. The fact is that they chose for a really difficult tour, and gone against what all the media want to pick the back three with the back three they've just named in the last two test matches. So it was great. So it's really exciting. I'm looking forward to it. So for the next however many days it is, the next 4 days is going to be, and it's going to be great for the fans. New Zealand's just going to be absolutely humping. So it'll be a great crack, and there'll be lots of great stories, and the supporters and the 16th man, and I know a few of my mates down here from the UK, they've jumped on the plane on Sunday and Monday. So yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be a couple of others, but I'm sure the ticket prices are going to hike up. But look, they're going to get down there. The Barmy Army have always been great supporters for the British and Irish Lions, and so let's bring it on, and may the best team win.
He sounds almost British sometimes, doesn't he? I swear we've changed him. What about the factor at Eden Park that since 1994, since we were teenagers, obviously, you don't lose there, do you? I mean, 37 games, no losses.
Yeah, but like a factor is only because you. If you make it a factor, make it a big hurdle. You probably it's like climbing Everest. It's that sort of pressure on you. So I think you just got to get that out of the thing. It's 15 on 15. Just deal with the consequences. Yeah, they haven't been beaten, but that doesn't mean that it's the given right that the All Blacks are going to win the game. So the British and Irish Lions have got everything to play for. They're going to chuck caution to the wind, but they need to be calculated. So one of the telling things of all the stories that some of the players were interviewed after the game was, okay, we followed the process. We understood that there. So Sean O'Brien said it there, and there were a couple of other players that said it. And so, okay, so they understood the game plan and they executed it well. So it is, look, it's a difficult place to do. The last time it was France in '94, I think it was. Yeah. France '94. And I was actually in that game. So, it's going to be fantastic. So, for the fans, for the players, bring it on. And it's, when you sort of think here, the fact that the Lions don't have a midweek game, which obviously, which I was saying before, that actually helps. So these guys here, when you actually lose games like that, when you lose games like the second test and there's nothing on the third test, some of these guys here will have some of them they'll be on the lash. So the 40 strong players need to make sure that they galvanise together. And it's the senior players and the management need to make sure that you don't want players, even if you're not included in the 23, you can't derail yourself, because there's a slight distraction. Because if you have a player that sort of think, oh, look, there's guys going on the lash, they're not involved in the 23 or the 26 on the shadow team. We need to bring it back. That's so important that those guys behave themselves. If you're going to go on the thing, go down to another town somewhere, but don't get involved in here. Don't turn up to the training room and then be pissed. You just need to make sure that you actually get yourself right in the right space. The Lions, can they actually do it? Yeah, I think they can. And there's a great chance that these guys don't have their foot on the plane, because they want to go back and they want to leave a legacy. The 71 Lions that actually went down and only team to have done it.
Yeah.
So, there's a great chance for these guys to become immortal.
Just to explain, we are at Zinny's local rugby club in Windsor, but it's also on the flight path of Heathrow, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Which is the downside. But let's look at it. Who replaces Sonny Bill then, and where is this game going to be won and lost?
Well, there's talks about it, but I haven't actually named the official thing. I think Fekitoa is the rumoured player, but Ryan Crotty is an individual that apparently he was been training, but God, if he's ripped he clearly couldn't have ripped the hamstring if he actually did that in the first test. So let's say that it was a cramp or a stretch or something happened. But look, at the end of the day, it's a big role to fill for Sonny Bill to replace Sonny Bill. He's been absolutely immense. I'm a little bit concerned about Lumapi. There were certain things that Lumapi did that I thought they were like, yeah, he did a good carry. But there were some things that he did that I thought, And that's sometimes when you see a player that domestically, which is another level down, can't make the step up. I thought Anton Leonard-Brown was good, but I think it'll be Fekitoa, Anton Leonard-Brown. Well, they're talking about who's another. Well, they might bring Conrad Smith back in, but I don't think so. But look, I would probably go for. If he's right, fit, and available, I'd go Ryan Crotty. He's the second best thing there. I'm not totally convinced on these 55 minutes that he played. Lumapi, I'm not convinced of him there. And so I would actually go with the other guy, Mapasua, not Mapasua, go, brain freeze.
It's your guy.
Yeah, my guy, yeah. The Tiger Highlanders. I've just named him before, but I've forgotten his name, brain slip. Yeah, so, but I'd go Ryan Crotty would be my first choice.
Who's going to win it? No sitting on the fence. Succinctly, who wins this third and final test?
All Blacks.
Is that your heart or your head?
Well, it's both, isn't it? Yeah. I can't. Look, we nearly won that game. It would have been an absolute shocker if we had actually won that game. The fact that we actually gave away an 18-9 lead, we did it with 14. We did it with 14 players. Okay, it was sheeting ourselves down with rain, but yeah, that sort of plays into the Lions' hands. If it's like this, look, if there's no rain and thing here, you watch I've been in that situation with the All Blacks here. When you actually lose, on home soil, you lose in the capital, and you get pumped. You get pumped when you actually had a game, and you'd be sitting there, you think, well, how can it? Okay, we stayed in the game, 18-9. We could have actually clawed that game back here. They'll be looking about those 2 tries. That was execution, and that comes back down to Anton Leonard-Brown. That one try when Watson went to the side and then set up the try for the wide pass for Toby Faletau. So, tiny little things here. I don't think they'll make the same mistakes. It was messy, but I can't see the All Blacks losing. I can't see them. I just can't see them losing, and it's very rarely. Well, it's only 6 years ago they actually lost a back-to-back, but I can't see it on this side. I think the response from the All Blacks will be emphatic.
You heard it from him. He's going with the All Blacks. But is it me, or does he look a little bit nervous? It's winner takes all in Auckland. You can check out all the latest odds on betsafe.com. And remember, and he's thinking about this, you've got to be in it to win it.